Greetings, loyal followers of the First Order. My name is Corbin22, and welcome back to another unboxing video for the Star Wars Action Miniatures game. Today we're looking at a new addition to my collection that I've acquired today after playing a couple games of X-Wing with a couple of friends of mine. I was able to acquire an ARC-170 for the Rebel Alliance. Now, this is one of the ships that was released on Wave 9, along with the Special Forces TIE, the Protectorate Fighter, and the Shadowcaster. I've yet to acquire a Shadowcaster. I'll probably get one probably this Saturday, but yeah. So this was a fairly cheap ship. I mean, it costs around the same as maybe a K-Wing or a TIE Punisher because it falls between the category of it's not quite a small ship, but it's not quite a large ship either. It's kind of in between. And nevertheless, let's get to unboxing this thing because I am eager to see what this thing has to offer in terms of pilots, upgrades, and other awesome uniqueness that the predecessor of the Z95 and the X-Wing Starfighter has to offer. Come on. That should do it. Alright, rip you open. Alright, what do we got here? Get that out of here. Let's start with the ship. Let's get the ship out of here. Just comes right out. So, most of you are familiar. Here we go. So here's the ARC-170. Most of you are familiar with the ship because it first appeared in Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, and then it started seeing more and more popularity in the Star Wars Clone Wars series. First, starting with the animated one, and then the later on with the CGI one that came before Rebels. It's a very, very heavily armed ship, despite its appearance. Like it is the predecessor to the X-Wing. It was developed by Incom Corporation for the Clone Army, but it comes with rather than having 4 blaster cannons, it has 2 heavy laser cannons on each wingtip. S-foils open at the top and the bottom. It also is piloted by 3. It's got the pilot in the front here, a co-pilot in the top. The astromech sits on top here, and then there's a rear gunner that operates both the bottom and top-mounted turrets. It is a heavier ship, so it's very heavy on the offense, not very good on the agility and the defense. Well, I should say it's not very good in terms of evading shots, but it can take a lot of damage and it can dish out just as much. The ARC-170 makes use of both. The ARC-170 has both a forward firing arc and a rear firing arc. So with this ship, like the Special Forces TIE, you're going to be making use of both arcs effectively. But let's get to the pilots and the upgrades this thing comes with. So, here we go. So we'll get to the pilots first. Of course, this just displays for auxiliary firing arc. Only primaries can fire from the auxiliary firing arc unless stated otherwise. We'll start with the lowest pilot skill pilot and go in ascending order. First off is Braylon Stram. I believe that's about his name. Yeah, Braylon Stram. He comes in at a pilot skill of 3. He flies the Incom ARC-170 for the Rebel Alliance. The stats of the ARC-170 include an attack value of 2, and it has both a forward and rear firing arc, an agility of 1, a hull of 6, and a shield of 3. So this thing puts it on par with both the K-Wing and the B-Wing in terms of offensive and in terms of it puts it on par with the B-Wing in terms of defensive capabilities. It puts it on par with the Y-Wing or K-Wing in terms of defensive capabilities, and it puts it on par with the Y-Wing in terms of offensive capabilities because it had an attack value and an agility value 1 as well. Excuse me. The action bar of the ARC-170 consists of the focus and target lock actions. A Braylon Stram costs 25 points to field, and his upgrade bar consists of a warhead, a crew slot, and an astromech, as well as unlisted tile and modification. His pilot ability reads, after you execute a maneuver, you may roll an attack die. On a hit or crit result, you may remove 1 stress token from your ship. So, for a level 3 pilot, he's good at handling stress. You make a move, you roll your dice, and depending if the maneuver is green or white, you have the chance to remove it. Which basically means with Braylon Stram, you're not limited to just your green maneuvers to try and get rid of stress. You can do a white maneuver and take the chance of getting rid of the stress, or if you want, you could perform a red maneuver and then roll the dice to get the stress, and then you can roll the dice to remove the stress. At least that's what I'm thinking when it says anyway. I have to check the timing rules on that. But that's kind of what I'm getting at. And so it's a pretty interesting pilot. He's fairly cheap too, so I can see a lot of people probably using him. I know for a fact I'm going to be using this guy for my a stress relief build, so to speak. Moving on to the next pilot, we have Thane Kyrell. He comes into pilot skill 4, flies the ARC-170. He also has the focus and target lock. He costs 26 points to field, and he also has a Moorhead, a crew, and an astromech, as well as a Thailand modification. His pilot ability reads: after an enemy ship inside your firing arc at range 1 to 3 attacks another friendly ship, you may perform a free action. So Thane Kyrell, he's an action economist. He takes advantage of enemies attacking his allies. So this guy's a very synergistic ARC-170 pilot. If his allies are in danger, he gets a free action, as long as he's not stressed. So you could do a focus, so an ally gets attacked, you can do a target lock or a boost if he has an engine upgrade, and so on and so forth. Moving on to the next one, we have Shara Bay. Now, Shara Bay is Poe Dameron's mother, Poe Dameron being of the new Star Wars movie. He is a Incom T-70 X-Wing pilot, I should say. Yeah. She comes into a pilot skill of 6. She flies the ARC-170. Her upgrade bar comes with an EPT, warhead, crew, and an astromech, as well as a Thailand modification. She also costs 28 points to field, so she's slightly more expensive to field. And her special ability reads: when another friendly ship at range 1 to 2 is attacking, it may treat your blue target lock token as its own. So again, very synergistic. The Shara Bay allows people to treat her target locks as her own, similar to how Isetch Tuketsu, of a K-Wing pilot, allows people to treat his focus as his own. So you're going to be seeing a lot of synergy builds with Shara Bay, because that's basically how she rolls. She is very synergistic. She's a very good team player. Coming after that, we have the final pilot, which is Nora Wexley. I believe that might be Snap Wexley's mother. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But judging by how they share the same last name, I imagine that's the case. She comes in at a pilot skill of 7. She costs 29 points to field, so she costs about the same as Darth Vader and Wedge Antilles. Her pilot ability reads: when attacking or defending, you may spend a target lock you have on the enemy ship to add one focus result to your roll. So, plain and simple, Nora Wexley and Shara Bay were meant to fly together, because Shara Bay lets her treat allows friendly ships to treat her target lock as her own, and of course, Nora Wexley can spend a target lock to add a focus result to her roll. So, like I said, Shara Bay and Nora Wexley, very, very heavy team players. These two, let me just grab Shara Bay for a second. These two were kind of meant to go together, because they're so synergistic with each other. Their abilities complement one another so well. And yeah, that does it for the pilots. Let's move on to the upgrades we've got. We'll start with some of the other ones we have here. So first off, we have Adrenaline Rush. This is a rather old upgrade. We've seen it was first released with the very first core set. Comes at a squad point cost of 1. It's an EPT, and it reads: when you reveal a red maneuver, you might discard this card to treat that maneuver as a white maneuver until the end of the activation phase. So, one off, you get to spend this card, and your red maneuver is treated as a white maneuver until the end of the phase. Straightforward. Next, we have another classic. We have Recon Specialist. Comes in a squad point cost of 3, and it reads: when performing a focus action, assign 1 additional focus token to your ship. So when you perform a focus action, you basically get a second focus for free. Plain and simple. The next one we have is this is a new one. This is one of the new crews. This is Tail Gunner. Tail Gunner is a limited upgrade, so it looks like you can only have, I think, maybe 1 per ship. I'm not exactly sure. But it reads: when attacking from your rear-facing auxiliary firing arc, reduce the defender's agility by 1 to a minimum of 0. So this gives the same kind of effect as Outmaneuver, only you're attacking from your rear arc, and it comes to a squad point cost of 2. So that means basically this gives you more incentive to fire from your rear arc because you reduce energy agility value. So this is especially useful for large ships, for bomber class ships like the B-wing or the Y-wing, or the TIE Punisher, or large ships like the YV-666 or the shuttle, and so on and so forth. Next we have a new astromech. We have an R3 astromech. It comes in a squad point cost of 2. And it reads, once per round after attacking with your primary weapon, you may cancel one of your focus results during the modify attack dice step to assign one evade token to your ship. So the R3 astromech, you sacrifice one of your focus results to add an evade to give yourself an evade token. At first I didn't really see a use for this, but I could kind of see this being used. Say you get a bad roll, like you get one hit and one focus, and you don't have a focus token, then it kind of gives your focus token a new use. It kind of gives your focus result a new use. Like you can cancel it and get yourself an evade token. So it basically gives the ARC-170 ships like the ARC-170 or the Y-wing increased agility against your opponent and allows them to more efficiently evade shots. Let's see. Coming up next, we have another R3 astromech. So there's 2 of them in the thing. Next we have seismic torpedoes. This is a new torpedo. It comes in a squad point cost of 2, and it states action, so you use it during the action phase, which is quite interesting. Discard this card to choose an obstacle at range 1 to 2 and inside your primary firing arc. Each ship at range 1 of the obstacle rolls 1 attack die and suffers any damage or crit damage rolled. Then remove the obstacle. Oh, this is interesting. This is a secondary weapon that deals with taking out obstacles. So basically, you fire the torpedo at an obstacle like a debris or an asteroid. Any ship at range 1 of that hit debris will suffer 1 hit or 1 crit damage. With an attack dice roll, and then the obstacle is removed from play. So I can see a lot of strategic value being put into this. You can use this to kind of free up the space for your large ships, but you could also, if you want to dish out like some minor damage to your enemy, that's also helpful as well. I would probably say these for when your targeted ships run out of shields or they have no shields to begin with. And yeah, so this is actually an interesting torpedo. It costs 2 points too, so it costs about as much as a flechette torpedo. I can see these being widely used among the games. Let's see, and we have a new modification, vector thrusters. Vector thrusters comes in at a squad point cost of 2. It's a small ship only modification. It reads your action bar gains the barrel roll action icon. So, for 2 points, like with the auto thrusters, rather not like the auto thrusters, for 2 points your ship gets the barrel roll action if it doesn't inherently have it. This opens up a lot of while not exactly useful on its own, it can open up a lot of possibilities for ships that have like what's it called? The expert handling EPT, which states that if you don't have the barrel roll action icon, you get a stress. This can kind of make some use of that. So you can give, like, say, an X-wing, a Y-wing, or even an A-wing the barrel roll. Not that you want to give an A-wing a barrel roll because of auto thrusters, but you can give your X-wing or Y-wing barrel roll and give them some extra flexibility when it comes to dealing with modifying your spot and stuff. Next up, we have more vector thrusters, and then we have a title card. The Alliance Overhaul. It is an ARC-170 only title. It costs 0 points, and it reads, when attacking with a primary weapon from your primary firing arc, you may roll 1 additional attack die. When attacking from your auxiliary firing arc, you may change one of your focus results to a critical result. So, unlike with the Special Forces TIE Fighter, which allows you to add a hit to roll 1 additional attack die or shoot from both arcs, the Alliance Overhaul allows you to roll 1 additional attack die from the front, or from attacking from behind, you can change one of your focuses to a crit. So again, this gives you more incentive to attack from the rear, especially if you're equipped with Tail Gunner. Because you change one of your focuses to a crit, and yeah, so it's a free upgrade too, so you can be kind of crazy not to put it on. Yeah, those are the upgrades, and I gotta say, it's quite an impressive amount of upgrades this thing has. The pilots are pretty impressive on their own too, so I can imagine a lot of people making a lot of use of this these upgrades you got here. Now, where did I put the where's that? There it is. Now let's take a look at the dial. Let's take a look at the dial and stuff. The dial is one of the most important things of the ship. And hey, get out of here, cat. Cat, no, get out. Move. Ow! Don't scratch me, please. Okay. So, this is the dial of the ARC-170. So, it looks like it has 6 green maneuvers, so that's very handy. It also has 4 red maneuvers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white maneuvers. So, it looks like it won't have that much of a hard time getting rid of stress, but at the same time, it's also very easy to dish out stress to the ship, because it looks like its hard 3s, its straight 4, and its Korean 4s are red maneuvers, so similar to that of the Y-Wing, but its speed, all of its speed 1s and its speed 2 banks and straights are green. So, again, it doesn't look like you have a lot of trouble getting rid of stress, so an R2 astromech is not really needed. Probably you can make room for something a bit more expensive like an R3 astromech, or maybe an R7, that kind of sort of thing. But yeah, that's the ARC-170 for you. So, yeah, this is the ARC-170, the Rebel Alliance version of it anyway. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know which if you have any like kind of squadron ideas you might want to share. I actually want to hear your guys' opinion, because this is a very recent ship, and I want to know. I mean, I'm gonna definitely come up with builds of my own, but I want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you think would be good for ARC-170? Be it like Charbet, Nora Wexley, Braylon Stram, or Thane Kyrell. Any one of those guys. Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear from you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for your continued support. And remember, my little followers, the dark side will always be with you. Glory to the First Order.